The words of John Smyth's son, PJ, one of his earliest victims, in an exclusive interview with this programme. And just to warn you, my report does contain extremely distressing details. You were so young when all this was happening. I mean, 7 was when it started. You didn't know any different.
I didn't know any different.
You thought this was what childhood was.
Yeah. He was a master manipulator. His abuse spanned 40 years in 3 different countries.
My father has gone down in history as the most prolific serial abuser connected to the Church of England. He abused 130 young men, and I was the youngest and longest abused. His abuse left no area of my life unscarred. He should have been my primary protector, not my primary predator. And he never said sorry, and it was just all too much to forgive. And anyway, wouldn't forgiving him let him off the hook? So there I was, drinking the poison of unforgiveness, hoping he would die. And it really was poison to me. It produced anger, anxiety, depression, and loss of peace. Might not sound bad. Until you've experienced it, you can't imagine, but the internal engine constantly revving, unfair, justice, revenge. It's a quite exquisite form of torment. And I've actually survived cancer twice, but it was the cancer of unforgiveness that most nearly killed me. I don't know if any of you have gone up against unforgiveness, but my healing journey really kicked in when I admitted that unforgiveness had this like double grip on me. It has set up not 1, but 2 strongholds in me. The first stronghold was in my head. So when we experience injustice or betrayal, our mind registers the event as a threat and goes into hypervigilant mode and replays the event over and over so that it never happens again. So my friends would say, PJ, let it go. Pastors would say, PJ, give it to God. I tried, but my mind said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep this one front and center so that we're never betrayed again. My mind was trying to help me. But this incessant thought loop soon calcified into a stronghold of unforgiveness. And that's neuroplasticity right there. It's when the brain reinforces frequently used neural pathways. Stronghold number 1. Stronghold number 2, in my heart. Now remember, the head is susceptible to unforgiveness because it's a protector. The heart is susceptible because it's just so tender. It's so easily wounded, right? By betrayal. The Bible, in my opinion, the finest heart manual that we have, speaks about a bitter roots that can grow in the heart. You see that rock? My heart was engulfed in this whole root system of unforgiveness. I was in double trouble. 2 strongholds. Yeah, that's where my heart is. 2 strongholds, both leaking toxins into my system. The breakthrough came when I realized I needed 2 different escape strategies, 2 different rescue ropes. I needed psychological tools to rewire my head, but I needed spiritual truths to rewarm my heart. Quite a different deal. And I want to give you just one hack from each of these escape strategies, each of these rescue ropes. Hack for the mind. I needed a ton of hacks for my mind. One moment stands out when I had a team talk with my head. I sat my head down and said, let's talk. You have looked backwards to protect me. Thank you, mission accomplished. Then I told it about the Australian kangaroo. He's got such a huge tail, it physically cannot go backwards. And I said, mind, from here on, you and I, we're a kangaroo. We are physiologically only able to look forward, think forward, and move forward. Why? Because it's really hard to keep inhaling the toxic fumes of the past when you're moving forward with the breeze of the future full in your face. Hack for the heart. Well, remember, the heart doesn't need mine. Didn't need rewiring. It needed rewarming. Stone cold, bitter heart. And I found a warm fire in a story Jesus told about a king who forgave his servant an unpayable debt of $1 million. Well, the servant goes out from the king's presence, finds a friend who owes him $100, chokes him by the neck and says, pay me my money. Well, the king hears of this dissonant behavior, resummons the servant and says to him, shouldn't you have forgiven as you've been forgiven? Do you see it? Do you feel it? Forgiven ones can forgive. And I've been forgiven an unpayable debt of at least $1 million worth of wrongdoing by my heavenly Father. Maybe, just maybe, I can forgive the far lesser debt of my earthly father. See, my heart, it's like a metal sheet. Psychological tools can bend it into a forgiving shape, but it always snaps back. But my heart, it's had no defense to this gracious, forgiving, heavenly heat that has smelted it into a permanently forgiving shape. My dear friends, with the right rescue ropes, the right detoxifiers, it is quite possible to overcome that mother of all soul toxins, unforgiveness. And if you need a hand, then you let us know. Thank you.